In the heat of the battle where the bullets fly, there's a Helldiver motto: we aim not to die. But with grenades a-rolling and stratagems a-bouncing, it's a dance of dodge and weave in bliss. Oh, friendly fire isn't, or so they say, but when the bullets start to stray, we laugh and shout, hey, watch out you fuck! For in the end it's all in the Helldiver's way. There's John with his launcher and Jane with a drone. In the chaos of combat their aim's overblown. With a slip of the finger, a misfire sent, we dive and we duck, oh fuck, a grenade, and I get a reinforce. So here's to Helldive, their hearts so bold, navigating friendly fire with stories untold, for the love of Super Earth and liberty to remember, dear divers. In the galaxy you roam, keep your sights clear and watch where you home. For friendly fire is Earth, but still it might come.
Good morning, hapless dodgers of wayward shells. That was Friendly Fire Isn't by Endless Taverns. Truly a classic piece of Helldiver music, and one that is especially relevant today. Oh, we've got problems. As I mentioned last night, the DSS weapon arrays finally got turned on, and issues arose almost immediately. It's almost as if the Ministry of Defense was mining my broadcast for all of my concerns, picked the poorest method possible to implement this new battlefield asset, said we are doing exactly that, and then high-fived each other before going off to mass print letters of condolence. The implementation of the overall artillery is random, autonomous, and constant, just as I feared, and reports are flooding in on every channel of simply outrageous amounts of battlefield casualties. Some are even reporting on the ground that the DSS is a significantly greater danger than any enemy of Super Earth ever was. Furthermore, only one so-called benefit of the DSS can be active at any given time, which was not mentioned anywhere prior. So that experiment where we were attempting a blockade gambit on Mastia, it looks like we won't even know if that can even work that way for the foreseeable future. Obviously, the Liberation Fleet at large is not happy. And really, I think this underscores a fundamental problem between Aramed R&D, the Ministry of Defense, and us. We worked for 6 months on this project, and we were actually told precious little about it, its capabilities, or what we would be getting when it was done. Now it is done, and I personally feel that with some feedback and community input prior, we could have done some tweaking and done a lot better than this kind of sucks. The best opinions that I have seen about the performance of the DSS artillery thus far are people enjoying the outright chaos, but I do imagine the novelty of that is going to wear off pretty fast, especially in light of the fact that this is outright preventing us from accomplishing any meaningful mission progress. Rather than an asset, this feels like a hindrance. I have also received reports that the DSS is not firing into extermination missions, which have always just been utterly chaotic and where applications of this kind of firepower would do the most good. Are we starting to understand why I feel more than a little disappointed by all of this? So with all of that in mind, it's actually somewhat impressive that the Liberation Fleet is still making some decent progress on Mastia, though that might just be because the DSS is mercilessly pummeling anything that lives and breathes into a thin slime, be it friend or foe. However, the Liberation will not come in time to save Gaellivare or to accomplish the Major Order. All of this is because we had no idea how the DSS would actually be implemented. Sky Marshal Baskinator, I know that you're subscribed to my channel. Some weeks ago, I misspoke in low-sodium Helldivers and came across as a little entitled. I did not bring my best self to that conversation or my full mind. I would wish to rephrase myself now and make something more clear. When I said bring us to the table, this is the kind of thing that I was talking about. The getting, how you were going to put it together, how it would be implemented, what to do with it once we had it, or had an opportunity to give feedback based on planned ideas. And it looks like we are going to lose this major order because of all those factors coming home to roost. Arrowhead has a community full of passionate, adoring fans that really care about the game. I still do. The Freedom Alliance has a news team standing at the ready at any given hour to promote literally anything regarding game development to an extremely wide audience for free. And some of us are pretty darn good at it. Like this guy. Or this guy. Or even this guy. The fact that we were caught completely flat-footed by all of this, it's upsetting. It's disappointing. It makes us feel like we have no control, and as I said in Gen 1 last night, power and control for the players were the main themes of the last 2 mega patches. The entire point of the 60-day plan, at least so I felt. I thought for certain that we were past this, and I really hope it's not going to take another 60-day plan just to get the DSS into a decent, usable position where it legitimately feels like a strategic asset. Where it actually feels like a superweapon capable of changing our whole situation on the galactic war. Because right now, it most certainly does not feel like that. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the new station, and I am going to try to keep things lower sodium from now on and not preach about this on my soapbox too much. You all expect me to be a professional with standards after all. Wrapping things up in regards to news for this morning, activities within the TQZ almost feel like an afterthought. Some small gains are being made on Acamar and, strangely enough, Haren for whatever reason. Ah, well, bug divers gonna bug dive. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pondera the Radio Angel. What do you think of my opinions on the DSS? Agree? Disagree? Get off the airwaves, you cursed. I'm not going to repeat that word on air, but Uncle Badger, shoot that guy. As for me, I think I'm just going to avoid where the DSS is stationed for a time and pursue another job on the side until this all blows over. Arrowhead R&D has always been receptive to her feedback before, and they'll probably just get all this sorted eventually, but geez, talk about a rocky start. Oh, you want to know more about my side job? Well, by all means, check this out.
Advent assures us this breakthrough will be available to all citizens immediately. We go live to the speaker for more.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years we have put our trust in Advent, in the Elders, because we believed a better future is possible for all. Today, that trust, that belief has been rewarded. Advent peacekeeping forces are traveling across the world carrying the greatest gift from the Elder. A revolutionary gene therapy, yes, but so much more. This is an end to disease, to decay, to pain. The beginnings of a new tomorrow, available to all of us today. Truly, humanity finally takes its rightful place amongst the stars.
Good evening, Super Earth. Allow me first to apologize for this interruption. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition. I enjoy them as much as any super citizen. But in the spirit of commemoration, thereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone getting blapped or the end of some fuzzy-wuzzy war, a celebration of a nice holiday. I could mark this November the 15th? Okay, so I'm a little late, but the 5th of November is sadly a day that is no longer remembered. But I think that we can take some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are those, of course, who don't want us to speak, and I can't imagine that they're very happy that I have done this. Even now, I suspect someone out there is getting an earful and men with guns will soon be on their way to put an end to me. Yeah, good luck with that. But why the kerfuffle? Because while beatings may be administered until morale improves, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there's something terribly wrong with this planet, isn't there? Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression, and where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission. How did this happen? Who is to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you were looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. I know why you did it. I know you were afraid. I mean, who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease, alien invasion, polka. There were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. And then aliens come from on high promising to end world hunger and cure all disease. You'd have to be mad to refuse a deal like that. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic, you turned to the new Council of Elders, your vaunted advent. They promised you order, peace, and an end to all struggle. All you had to give in return was your silent, obedient consent. Last night, I sought to end that silence. Last night, I was the one responsible for the destruction at the Black Site, where the atrocities you've witnessed have been committed. More than 400 years ago, a great citizen wished to embed the 5th of November forever in our memory. His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. They are principles that should never be compromised on. So, if you have seen nothing, if the crimes of the elders remain unknown to you, then I would suggest you allow the 5th of November to pass unmarked. But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me and my XCOM operatives 1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Advent HQ, and together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgot.